Hello, this is Romeo Cat Computers, and today I've got a rather odd-looking Commodore Datasette I got on eBay. Now, the eBay seller kind of alluded to it being rare. It certainly doesn't look like a normal dataset that you usually see. And I got it for $20. Essentially, it was untested, so I wasn't sure what I was getting. Also, the thing's kind of grimy. So I decided to make a video about it here, checking it out. Now, it does actually work. I just tested it, so I knew what I was getting myself into. And right now I have the Commodore running, and I'm going to show you, I guess, the operation of it, and then I'll try to maybe clean it up, and then maybe I'll have some information about it here in a little bit. So anyway, right now I'm on the Commodore prompt, and I've already saved a basic program to the tape. So I'm going to put the tape in. It's a very simple, like 3 or 4 line basic program. I'm not very good at Commodore Basic. I'm not good at Basic because I just haven't used it all that much. But basically what it should do is it should say this is a test and then say the number 11. And specifically it's adding 6 plus 5 and then printing the result. So let me show you the process of loading it. So the keyboard, you're just going to want to type load. Now, I apologize, I might be a bit slow because I got all these cameras in front of me, so I'm kind of at a weird angle when it comes to typing stuff in. Anyway, so you hit return. Okay, let me try rebooting. Okay, there we go. Now I can press play. The screen goes blank. I don't remember the exact explanation, but it's something to do with the CPU trying to use more performance. I don't know. You'll have to watch 8-Bit Guy's video about the topic.
Cassette, you'll notice the screen goes blank. Now, the reason for this has to do with the VIC-2 video chip used in the C64. In order to maintain compatibility with the same cassette format, the C64 kernel will disable the video chip during loads, which means the CPU can run at a constant speed.
Okay, so it found a blank. I'm going to let it sit here a bit longer. Oh wait, no, it's not actually doing anything. So I'm going to click stop. Press play again. I don't know, the process is weird. I'm not very good at knowing how that works. Anyway, so it should be loaded. So I'll list the basic program. And that's what I put in. So yeah, it prints this is a test, and it has some funny shortcuts there to move things around the screen. Then it sets A to 6 plus 5, and then prints A, and then it's done. So if we run it, oh, yeah, the problem, this keyboard's very old. Carbon contacts aren't very good, so I gotta push hard on it sometimes. But there we go, this is a test. Alright, so here I've programmed something a bit more interesting. See, what I've done is I've poked to 56579 and I've set it to 255. If you remember one of my older videos where I made a little card with LEDs on it that plugs into the user port, you'll remember that this will be changing those LEDs, and this specifically sets all of the 8 bits to output. Then it'll ask you to put a value in, and then it'll poke to 56577 that value, and that will actually be setting the LEDs to that binary value, and then it'll tell you that it's done. So here I've run it, and I set it to just 67. And if you look down here, it's kind of hard to see with the glare of the light, but it has put 67 in binary. So now I'm going to try saving this to tape, power cycling the computer, loading it back up, and running it. Now I'm going to be using the same tape, and I rewound it. I'm just going to overwrite my old program. I don't really care all that much. So, let's put the tape in. I'm going to remember to actually call it something this time. Let's call it user port test. I just could call it uport. Okay, well, I don't think I know how to do this properly, so give me a second. Okay, so yeah, I'm just being a bonehead. Apparently you have to type save, and then in quotations. Oh, that didn't even type it right. Whatever, UPRT, user port. And then you gotta close these. So I'm just gonna call it that. And normally you'd put a (8) or a comma in the device number, but if you're doing it to a tape, it just automatically assumes the tape if you're not putting a number after it. Okay, press play and record. And now it's going to blank out the video so the CPU can have more power, I guess. Okay, so it saved UPRT, user port. Now, let's rewind the tape to the beginning and power cycle the computer. Alright, and just to be sure. Oh, great. There's nothing. Okay, so, hold on. While I'm at it, change it to something a bit easier to see. Let's just load. Press play on tape. Press play again. I don't really understand this part of the process. I'm probably doing it wrong. Alright, but it's ready now, so I should be able to list it. And there we go. And of course, if I run it, ask me for value. I did set all the LEDs. I am going to point this over here. I was recording with my old iPhone 6 for the second shot, but it just died, and that's why I have a different iPhone now. Anyway, let's set it to 89. And I'll hit enter. Oh, it's typing it wrong. Enter. There we go. So, it's probably 89 in binary. And of course, the deed is done. So that's going to be it for this video. It's a pretty simple one. I don't have much to say about this Commodore Datasette, so maybe I'll put some info in the description, because this is kind of an odd model. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one.